My name is Ben Domain, Managing Editor with WestfordCAT, and here's the December 8th edition of WestfordCAT News. Neshoba Valley Technical High School has received grant funding to purchase locally sourced foods for its cafeteria. The school received $2,754 from the Northeast Food for Schools program, which aims to ensure students in the state have access to high-quality foods through the National School Lunch and School Breakfast programs. Funding will be used to purchase ground beef from Blood Farm in Groton and fresh cheese from Smith's Country Cheese in Winchendon. Quote, cafeteria employees work diligently to feed NVTHS students nutritious meals and are thankful for the grants the cafeteria receives to buy fresh, farm-to-table products, the school wrote in a press release. An affordable housing project on Boston Road is nearing the finish line on several apartment units slated to open to renters in early 2025. The Drew Farmhouse Incorporated has begun a Giving Tree fundraiser to raise the final $100,000 to complete the $2.8 million project. A tree was painted on the barn door of the property by Westford artist Alice Phelan, former Parish Center for the Arts Artist of the Month, who also serves as the co-chair for the Westford Regional Art Event. Each donation to the nonprofit through the end of January will be matched by an anonymous supporter up to $100,000. An additional apple will be painted on the tree for each contribution. The project has already received $1.45 million in Community Preservation Act funding from a 2023 special town meeting, as well as $257,000 in donations from residents and businesses. Coldwell Banker previously occupied the 1860s-era farmhouse before the brokerage opted to sell the property to the nonprofit after the Zoning Board of Appeals unanimously approved a special permit and use variance for the project during a May 17, 2023 hearing. The property will consist of 5 workforce units, affordable units where a single renter must make between $66,000 and approximately $97,000, and a household of 4 must make under $137,500 or less to qualify. 2 additional condominiums will be renovated and sold to eligible families by Habitat for Humanity of Greater Lowell. The renovations are primarily funded through the CPA. As only WestfordCAT reported in January, the project is using Westford-based contractors aiming to keep the money within town. Donations may be made online or via check addressed to the Drew Farmhouse Incorporated and mailed to P.O. Box 391 in Westford, Massachusetts, zip code 01886. Elected officials last Tuesday reviewed plans for pedestrian safety improvements at North Main and West Streets. Town engineer Paul Stair presented updates on the project, which recently sought resident feedback at a forum 2 weeks ago. As WestfordCAT reported, town meeting this year appropriated $30,000 for design of the project, which later increased to $90,000 according to Starrett, after additional funds were needed to accommodate for an easement that was provided by St. Catherine's Church, which would allow the engineers to, quote, tee up the intersection. The project aims to improve limited sight distance at crosswalks, make curb ramps compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act at low visibility crosswalks at the church entry. Amid concerns about safety while street crossing, the Pedestrian Safety Committee and Engineering Department suggested putting in a formalized crosswalk and rapid flashing beacons due to the volumes of traffic and the driving speeds in the area. Starrett also quipped that it's his first project in 19 years that will not cut down any trees. The project could total $800,000, a figure Starrett called, quote, very conservative, with a design estimate scheduled to be released in March. In other town news, the school committee recently approved a student seat on the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Additionally, the technology department replaced fiber lines around Forge Village after receiving $20,000 in American Rescue Plan Act funding. That's all for this week. I'm Ben Domain, and you're watching WestfordCAT News.